Mango Math presents Polygon PI, a third grade game. Polygon PI is a third grade game that falls under the math strand of geometry, and it's a geometric game that has students recognizing rhombus, rectangles, and squares as examples of quadrilaterals. Polygon PI has some math terms to help increase understanding. Those terms are polygon, a closed figure whose sides are line segments; a quadrilateral, a four-sided polygon. Different types of quadrilaterals are a parallelogram. It's a quad with two sets of parallel sides. A rhombus, a parallelogram with all equal sides. Trapezoid is a quad with one set of parallel sides. Some triangles are a three-sided polygon. Different triangles are an equilateral, a triangle with all equal sides and angles. Isosceles, a triangle with two equal sides or angles. A scalene is a triangle with no equal sides or angles. And right, a triangle with one right angle. The supplies that are provided in the pouch along with your information guide and directions will be two sets of the green cards, two sets of the white cards, and two sets of yellow cards. To start this game, the students will select if they're either the green cards or the yellow cards, and they'll place all the cards face up in front of them. They will then select out of the white cards a card that they'll just draw out of the deck without the other student seeing what they've drawn. So in this case, one student drew a hexagon and the other student drew a moon. So they will keep these cards hidden from the other player. The object of the game is for that other player to determine what card the other player has in their hand. So they're trying to determine what card is in the other player's hand. In order to do that, they'll start by asking questions. And these questions can be anything from color to shape to how many sides and so forth. So the first player might ask the question, is your shape red? And the player will say yes or no. In this case, he says no. So the player will know that none of the red cards are the other person's cards, so they will turn those over. But now it's the other player's turn, and he guesses, is your shape a triangle? And the other player will look at their card and say, no, it's not a triangle. So that player can turn over the triangle card. Notice with the question that he asked, he only gets one card that he can turn over. So often you want to make sure that you can turn over the most cards as you can as you're doing this, but the students will learn that as they play this game more. And going on, the other player asks, is your shape a polygon? And the other player says no. So this player knows to turn over anything that is a polygon. So that leaves him with two shapes. At this point, the student might want to guess which one it is, and he's going to guess, is your shape the moon shape? And the other player would say, yes, it is the moon shape. And so the player with the green cards would win. So that's the way the game is played. It's to get the students familiar with the different shapes and being able to ask questions that will deduct the best reasoning and turn over the most cards. Some guided questions to promote critical thinking. What questions were best to ask at the beginning of the game and why? If you just had quadrilaterals showing, what different attributes could you ask questions about? The types of angles, parallel sides, side lengths, and so forth, trying to get them to understand the attributes of a quadrilateral. It's a great game. The kids love to play it. Enjoy.